I have a better setup today. I have my laptop ready. Let's hope it is going to work and I can see myself live, but I don't know, maybe it's not streaming right now or whatever that is happening. But I don't know. Okay, awesome. Everything is working fine. Awesome, amazing, guys. Today we are going to have an amazing session, as you must have seen from the thumbnail of this video. We are going to be discussing what is happening and what is wrong with your resume, and that is the reason it is getting rejected. Now I have written down few points in front of me. I would say 5 points. The whole idea here is to actually discuss this because majority of the students, if I may, are making this mistake. So I wanted to have a discussion in a very good live session, if I talk about, and obviously this is an amazing live session, if I may. So let's quickly get started. Let's start thinking about it. I would say let's start discussing about these things, because obviously if we are not going to discuss, that is going to be an issue for us. Right now, if you are live, please put a hi in the comment section. Let me know if you're able to hear me or not, obviously. And secondly, whatever questions you have, put them in the comment section. Live session is designed for you guys because I want to make sure whatever queries you have are getting solved in the live session. So please make sure whatever questions you have, put them in the comment section and I'll make sure that they get answered. Moving forward, let's start discussing about what is wrong with your resume, why it is getting rejected. So first point, which is quite an obvious point, your resume is outdated. I repeat, your resume is outdated. Now, what do I mean by outdated? That means today I was talking to a candidate and I said that I like your profile and I feel like we have a better position for you compared to what you're doing right now. And that person mentioned, I have not updated my resume. I'm already working in some other organizations. Now, the problem here is, I'm not saying that this person does not deserve something better. What I'm trying to say is, you're missing out on a very good opportunities if you're not updating your resume. If you're not updating your resume, you are missing out on a lot of opportunities because people are looking for hiring. I mean, people want to hire skilled people so that they can improve the product and services. There is so much issue of hiring. I'll talk about it. I'm part of this industry. I'm into recruitment part of it. So you'll get the idea, like it's a very intensive industry and people want to hire, company want to hire people. So first mistake is your resume is outdated. If you have done something new, please make it updated. Do not leave it to the guessing game. What do I mean? Do not leave so that someone has to make a guess. Do you know Java or not? Don't leave it to that. Go back and actually complete that. Make sure that you are updating your resume, which is the worst mistake freshers make. Second point is skills are missing. So if you have a certain skill set, you have worked on few tools and technologies, please mention them in your resume. Why? Because again, as I mentioned, as the first point, do not leave it for the guessing game. Do not make it a guessing game, because if you're going to make it as a guessing game, it's going to be a huge issue for you. It's going to be a huge issue for you. So please do not make it as a guessing game. Keep it updated. Make sure your resume is reflecting all the skills which you are aware of, skills which you have learned. One thing which I would recommend as an added bonus is make sure that you're marking your skill up to from 0 to 5. I would say 1 to 5. So like, let's say if you know Java thoroughly, you can mark it as 4. If you know .NET, mark it as 4. If you know Python, you can mark it as 5. So people can actually assess, okay, you have this skill set, you have a very good skill set, and you don't have this skill set, like this is your skill set which you are yet to master. So please make sure your skills are updated. Number three, I mean, this sounds funny, but it is a reality. In the job title, you are mentioning that you are a CEO of Microsoft. In the job title, you are mentioning you are the CEO of Microsoft. in the roles and responsibilities section, it does not reflect what you have mentioned. So what is the role of a CEO? Making sure that the company is growing. So if that description of that job title does not depict that you are CEO at Microsoft, going to be an issue. It is going to be an issue. Why? Because obviously people will think you are faking your resume, and once they believe you are faking your resume, nobody is going to touch it. That's it. Nobody is going to touch it. There are various job portals which also show you how many people have downloaded the resume. It is totally anonymous. I'm not saying that it shows Avinash has downloaded these 5 resumes, but it shows 5 people have downloaded the resume. That means number of views and number of resume download. If that is less than 1/3 of it, it looks very bad. And why that is happening? Because you are not, you have not mentioned the job description and the job title which is there. So if you are CEO of Microsoft, it should reflect like that you are CEO of Microsoft. Fine. Let's move to the next point. Now, next point can be debatable, but again, this is a factor which affects a lot of people. Your resume is very cluttered. It's very difficult for us to understand what you have actually done. So a lot of people ask, I should make a resume of 3 pages, I should make a resume of 1 page, maybe I should make a resume of 10 pages. Again, I'm not going to debate on that. But if your resume does not have a breathing space, it's going to be very difficult. If your resume does not have a breathing space, it's going to be very difficult. People should be able to understand what kind of a skill set you have. If it is cluttered, like you have mentioned something here, you have mentioned something here, you have mentioned something here, and you have cluttered everything, obviously it is going to get it's going to look very messy, and people will assume that maybe you're not the right person. And if you're going to clutter everything, obviously you cannot showcase yourself like what truly you are. So please make sure that you have your resume less cluttered. The last point is very important. Please do not insert irrelevant things. Please do not insert irrelevant things in your resume. Why? With irrelevant, I mean Avinash said has very small hairs. It has nothing to do with my working. It has nothing to do with my skill set. It has nothing to do with anything. So please make sure that you are not mentioning things like Avinash has small hairs. Yesterday, I saw a resume which had this kind of a irrelevant thing. So what happened? Because of this irrelevant thing, the company actually rejected the resume. They thought, okay, this person is thinking of that he is very cool, but he is not. Let's reject him. Now, why? Because this gives a very bad impression, being very honest. It gives a very, very bad impression that you have something irrelevant, or you're trying to sound like that you are a very unique person, but it is something which is very generally available. So please do not enter any irrelevant things. So this is what I wanted to discuss in this quick live session. If you are going to make a resume, please do not make these mistakes. First of all, it should not be outdated. Secondly, skills should not be missed. Third, job titles should reflect what responsibilities you had at that particular work. Your resume should not be too cluttered. And finally, do not add any irrelevant thing which is not at all accepted. So guys, if you have any questions, put them in the comment section. So with this, I would say thank you for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.